the ways you love to play. Academy Sports and Outdoors makes it easier than ever to get what you need and have fun out there. Get free shipping on your favorite brands at Academy.com or get free curbside or in-store pickup at your Academy store.
Monarch, the official trophy provider for Taifa.
Academy Sports and Outdoors makes it easy to get what you need and have fun out there. Get free shipping at Academy.com or get free curbside or in-store pickup at your Academy store.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to The Zone here on the Taifa Sports Network. Every Wednesday night starting at 8:30. We're going to start early next week. We got a special guest that's coming on, and we're going to have an interview with them live here, but we got to start a little bit early because of a time zone issue. So next week, note it in your calendars, note to yourself, 8 p.m. start for next week. Only because we're doing this interview and there's some time differences we need to work with, so we can make sure we get that off for you. Some great information coming your way, so make sure you join us starting at 8 p.m. Now, I get it, you're all at practice right about that time, maybe just any practice about that time, can't quite jump onto the show. That's perfectly fine. Just you can always go back and watch the show again. Again, the show posts, it's on Facebook Live. It posts to Facebook. It posts to our YouTube channel at TaifaSports.com. You can go to the YouTube channel. You can watch it over again and see the beginning of the show and be able to watch that interview and see what it's all about. So never fear if you can't make it. I know practice is going on. Everybody's getting ready for week 4 games. I get it. No problem. It's going to be recorded. You can go back and listen to it and watch it and find out the information that we got to provide. Some great stuff. I think you want to check it out and see what's going on. So week 3 in the books here. Some people, I guess you could say it's week 4, but it's week 3. And we're going to get to the scores here in a little bit. Let me put this out there right now. I did invite the West Texas chapter organizations to join me tonight. I really did. I mentioned it during the last show. I put some emails out there. I tried to put it out on Facebook, and nothing. Nobody wants to come on and talk about their organization. Nobody wants to come on and talk about what they're going to do here in the 2021 season. So I guess nobody in West Texas feels like they've got a run at the Dale Morgan. I guess none of the organizations feel that they can make a run at the Dale Morgan this year in Taifa, out in West Texas. I got zero response. Zero response. Nobody. Not the Wiley Bulldogs, not the West Texas Falcons, not the Hub City Matadors, not the Lubbock Red Raiders, not the Midland Horned Frogs, not the Bandits, not the Spartans, not the Cowboys. Nada. Zero. Zip. So when I get those messages, like I often do, that says, how come I ain't showing no love to West Texas? Because y'all scared. That's why. Because y'all scared. Now, see. Now, Roberto, come on here. And this is the great thing about this new platform we're using is I can do this. He says, we ready. No, you ain't. You ain't ready. You may have thought you were ready, but you're not ready. If you was ready, they'd be hitting me up saying, yeah, we want to come on the show, Kenny. Yeah, we want to be on the show. Yeah, let us come talk about our Wiley Bulldogs. I don't even know what a Wiley Bulldog is. Funny thing is, I was in Abilene this past Friday. Was on my way to Sweetwater, cover a high school game. Thought for sure I'd see some guys out of Abilene up there. Would notice that I was up in the press box, and nope, nothing. Y'all just quiet. Y'all just quiet. That's all I know. Y'all are quiet out there. And then, yeah, I just don't get it. You want all that love, but don't nobody want to come on and talk about it. I want to look at some matchups. I want to hear what you got to say about another organization. Maybe they want to jump on. Nobody offered to come on. And Roberto's like, call me. Give me his number out there on the chat box. This isn't a call-in show. It's a live video show. I can bring you on. I can bring you faced right on here. That's the beauty of this. No more of this hide behind a keyboard. You know, I call them keyboard warriors. They love to talk on that keyboard. They big stuff on a keyboard. Get them on video. Get them in person, and they quiet. It's like crickets. Wish I had a sound effect right now. I play some crickets right now. So I gave West Texas a chance. Nobody wanted to hit up. So I'm going to go to the next one. We're going to go further west. Let's see about El Paso. So those of y'all out in El Paso, organizations out there in El Paso, and you know, here's the thing. I could talk to parents and fans all day long. I want to hear from the coaches. I want to hear from the organizations. I want to hear from the guys in the trenches that are getting it done. I want to hear what you got to say about your org, about your team, what they're going to do this year, how they're looking this year. We're 3 games in now. We're at least 3-4 games in now. So it's getting real now, because now we're getting to the point where some playoff positioning might start happening. Now it's getting serious. Who's sitting up top right now? Who's ready to battle it out and get to the state championship game? Some of y'all probably sitting back like, well, Kenny calling people out tonight. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. It's call out night. It's time to put up or shut up, because we're getting to midseason. We are 3 games in. For just about the majority of organizations, we are 3 games in right now. It is now where we start looking at those standings. This is now where we start looking, okay, who's putting it up? Who's got the better defense? And start looking at some of these matchups that may be coming up. I've got a great one I'm already looking at in flag. Already looking at one in flag. There's actually quite a few different little matchups here that look very, very interesting in the flag division, particularly in Division 2. But we're going to take a look at all those. But first, we're going to run through some of the scores from last week, from week 3. And I think y'all will start to see that picture start showing up. As RGV, JC in the house, Josiah Segura says Warriors. Must be from Cornerstone. We got the chat box here. Again, I go back to the whole keyboard warrior thing. A lot of y'all like to hide behind that keyboard. But none of y'all want to come on camera and lay it out there. JC will. I know JC will. But I'm just really shocked. And in particular, I'm shocked from a couple of the organizations out there in the West Texas area, because I figured they'd be jumping right on that. I expected my email to be popping this week. People asking, "Hey, what time do you want me? When can I get on? What's the link? What can I do?" Yeah, I didn't get nothing like that. Nothing but crickets. Absolute crickets. And don't worry, JC, we're going to go back to the RGV. We're going to see which of your organizations are brave enough to come on camera and tell us what they're going to do this season, because it's about to get real. We're headed for week 4. Week 4 of a 10-week season. Who is going to make it? Who will go undefeated in the regular season? Will we have a lot of undefeateds this regular season? Who will claim that title? So we will find out. Let's take a look at some of these scores around the state going on here in Typho. Starting off in Division 2 in the flag division, we got up first the West Texas Falcons and the Wiley Bulldogs. And the Wiley Bulldogs say they're doing something. They got blanked 41-0. Hub City Matadors and the Lubbock Red Raiders. The Matadors over the Red Raiders 33-11. 806 Spartans 52-18 over the 325 Bandits. Midland Horned Frogs 20-0 over the Abilene Cowboys. Cornerstone Warriors 36, Junior Brahmas 0. San Antonio Tigers 8, Southeast Junior Hornets. I think they're just calling themselves the Southeast Hornets now. Southeast Hornets 12. Super Athletics. I've been wanting to get them on. What is up with that name? Super Athletics with the Superman symbol as their logo. I want to talk to them. 14-12 over the Southeast T-Birds. El Paso Sharks 27, El Paso Broncos 6. The Upper Valley Longhorns 19-12 over the Mesquite Hill Knights. Northeast Raiders all over the Black and Gold Spartans 44-6. The Willacy County Gators. The Willacy County Gators. 30-6 over the Hidalgo Buccaneers. I'm going to have to ask JC about that Willacy County Gators. Where the heck did they come from? Clearly a brand new org. But the fact that they chose the mascot of the Gators, and it's the same looking logo as, the Florida Gators. Somebody must be a fan of the Florida Gators, kind of like my brother-in-law. I get so happy when the Gators get stomped. But the Willacy County Gators, they stomped the Hidalgo Buccaneers 30-6. RGV Sabertooth Tigers 27, Wesco Pride 0. Somerset Little Bulldogs 21. They lose to the La Vernia Grizzlies by 24-21. South Texas Rebels blank the Junior Falcons 45-0. San Benito Greyhounds 27, RGV Javelina 6. DTX Rebels take on the Ed Calchelsea Little Jackets, and the Rebels win 18-12. And the Brownsville Rottweilers over the Alamo Silverbacks by a score of 14-12. So some pretty decent games across the Division II flag this weekend. Hope many of you got to see those games and enjoyed those. All right, we'll go move on to the Tykes division, and we'll start off with the West Texas Falcons blanking the Wiley Bulldogs 51-0. Lubbock Red Raiders 33-0 over the Hub City Matadors, 27-6. 806 Spartans over the 325 Bandits. The battle of the numbers there. Midland Horned Frogs 13, Abilene Cowboys 18. Cornerstone Warriors White over the Junior Brahmas 35-0. San Antonio Tigers over the Southeast Hornets 33-6. El Paso Sharks 42-0 over the El Paso Broncos. Southeast T-Birds 34-13 over the Black and Red Spartans. Upper Valley Longhorns blank the West Side Eagles 26-0. Tight defensive game here. Black and Gold Spartans lose to the Northeast Raiders by a score of 7-6. Mesquite Hill Knights 30, Northeast Huskies 0. Willacy County Gators, there they are again. They're coming out of the gate strong here. They 48-0 the Hidalgo Buccaneers. Westco Pride 39, RGV Sabertooth Tigers 0. Somerset Little Bulldogs 14, Laverne Grizzlies 0. 35-16, RGV Javelinas over the San Benito Greyhounds, and the South Texas Rebels over the Junior Falcons 32-20. 29-0, Ed Couch Elsa Little Jackets over the DTX Rebels. 33-0, the Brownsville Rottweilers over the Alamo Silverbacks. So Juan King Sanchez giving me a little inside info. President of the Gators is the former president of the Harlingen Cardinals. The Gators name comes from the City League, where the president used to coach in the Pee Wee age division back in 2008-2009 year. Okay. I still hate the Gators. That does nothing to change my mind about hating the Florida Gators. Don't hate the Willacy Gators, though. Don't hate the Willacy County Gators, but I do hate the Florida Gators. All right, so we'll move on here to the rookie division. Check out their scores in Division II. Wiley Bulldogs coming to the rookie game 55-6 over the West Texas Falcons. Lubbock Red Raiders 42, Hub City Matadors 0. 806 Spartans 32, 325 Bandits 0. Midland Horned Frogs 33-0 over the Abilene Cowboys. Southeast Hornets 12, the San Antonio Tigers 6. Cornerstone Warriors White 50-0 the Junior Brahmas. 20-12 the El Paso Apes over the South Central Bears. 33-0 the T-Birds over the Black and Red Spartans, the Southeast T-Birds. 28-6 West Side Eagles over the Horizon City Falcons. 23-16 as the Northeast Raiders take care of the Black and Gold Spartans. 14-12, a good tight game. Hidalgo Buccaneers pull it out over the Willacy County Gators. Westco Pride 24, RGV Sabertooth Tigers 0. 28-0 Central Panthers over the Northeast Huskies. Lavernia Grizzlies 28, Somerset Little Bulldogs 0. Junior Falcons 27-0 over the South Texas Rebels. 25-6 RGV Javelinas over the San Benito Greyhounds. And a good tight game here. Ed Calchelsea Little Jackets 18, DTX Rebels 15. And Raul Sindiguera just said, what happened to the donut? What happened to the donut? I did it last week, and some people said they didn't like it. We could do the donut. We'll do it through Division I. How about that? When I go through Division I scores, I'll do the donut. Again, 18-15 close game. Jackets pull it out over the Rebels. Brownsville Rottweilers 25, Alamo Silverback 0. And another good tight one there in El Paso. The El Paso Sharks and the El Paso Broncos doing battle. Sharks pull it out 19-18. Christina Craven says it didn't work. Well, did I not put enough sugar on my donuts? Is that what the problem was? Was I saying it with a little too much salt? I don't know. Like I said, we'll try. We'll do it again during Division I scores. Let's get to the juniors right now here in Division II. Is it updates there? Here we go. 36-0 as the West Texas Falcons over the Wiley Bulldogs. 806 Spartans, 52-0 with the 325 Bandits. Again, the battle of the numbers going on there. 54-19, Midland Horned Frogs over the Abilene Cowboys. Cornerstone Warriors, 44, Junior Brahmas, 0. Southeast Hornets, 34. San Antonio Tigers, 12. 27-17, Raiders, Northeast Raiders over the Black and Gold Spartans. 22-6, the Southeast T-Birds over the Black and Red Spartans. And the Upper Valley Longhorns, 22-6 over the Mesquite Hill Knights. 44-0, El Paso Broncos Juniors over the El Paso Sharks. How about them Apes? The El Paso Apes, 43-0 over the South Central Bears. Southeast T-Birds Red Team, 14-7 over the West Side Eagles. 36-0, Southeast T-Birds Red Team over the South Central Bears. I'm not sure if that's a makeup game or what's going on there. That's Junior Division 2. So I guess they played 2 games that day. Wow, good for them. Hidalgo Buccaneers 12, Wilson County Gators 6. Wesco Pride 6-0 over the Saber-Tooth Tigers. 22-6. Northeast Huskies fall to the Central Panthers. 50-0. Lavergne Grizzlies fall to the Somerset Little Bulldogs. 49-12. Junior Falcons just missed the 50 points. South Texas Rebels 12. 21-6 is the Javelinas over the Greyhounds. The Rottweilers 36 over the Silverbacks 24. 51-0. Ed Couch Elsa Little Jackets over the Rebels. And 40-13 Hub City Matadors over the Lubbock Red Raiders. Those are your Division 2 scores. When we come back, we're going to hit up Division 1, and then we'll take a look at the current standings on what's happening out there in Taifa as we get closer and closer to midseason. We start looking at playoff positioning, and I start doing predictions. Keep it here.
For all the ways you love to play, Academy Sports and Outdoors makes it easier than ever to get what you need and have fun out there. Get free shipping on your favorite brands at Academy.com or get free curbside or in-store pickup at your Academy store.
Monarch, the official trophy provider for Taifa.
Academy Sports and Outdoors makes it easy to get what you need and have fun out there. Get free shipping at Academy.com or get free curbside or in-store pickup at your Academy store.
All right, welcome back as we switch over to Division One and check out their current scores from their week 2. Should be week 3, but they had that first bye week, so they all did not play during week 1. So here's your scores for Division One flag coming up. San Antonio Junior Hawks continuing their effort, 33-0 over the Predators United, 40-0 San Antonio Junior Hurricanes over the San Antonio Panthers. Live Oak Jaguars looking good, 43-25 over the New Braunfels Junior Cougars. JYSF Venom blanked the Capital Area Junior Wranglers 25-0. Tri-County Titans taking on the East Austin Panthers 51-donut for the Titans. 36-12 as the Cornerstone Warriors over the San Antonio Jaguars. Cibolo Spartans 38, Unity donut. Spartans take the win. 24-14, Rio Honda Bobcats over the Sherryland Rattlers. RGV United 24, RGV Punishers 6. Ruthless Wolfpack 20-12 over the Brownsville Cowboys. That is your Division One flag scores. We'll move on to the Tykes as we get those scores ready for you. 38 the donut. San Antonio Junior Hawks over the Predators United. 18-donut. Panthers, San Antonio Panthers over the San Antonio Junior Hurricanes. 33-donut. New Braunfels Junior Cougars get back on the Live Oak Jaguars. JYSF Venom and the Capital Area Junior Wranglers is a tough one. 7-6 win by the Venom. Switch back to your comments there and see what's going on. 39-0, the Cornerstone Warriors red over the San Antonio Jaguars with a donut. 42-20, Tri-County Titans over the East Austin Panthers. 18-0, the Sherryland Rattlers over the Rio Hondo Bobcats. 24-donut, as Cibolo Spartans over the Unity. 44-donut, Ruthless Wolfpack over the Brownsville Cowboys. 30-donut, RGV Punishers over the RGV United. Moving on to the rookie division. For the rookies, a good, nice, close game here. 27-26 as the Predators United get over on the San Antonio Junior Hawks 27-26. 24-donut. Hurricanes over the Panthers 46-51. The JYSF Venom pull it out over the Capital Area Junior Wranglers 52-donut. New Braunfels Junior Cougars over the Live Oak Jaguars. 41-12, the Cornerstone Warriors red over the San Antonio Jaguars. 50-donut. Tri-County Titans over the East Austin Panthers. 21-donut. Rio Honda Bobcats over the Sherryland Rattlers. 15-donut. Unity get a win against the Cibolo Spartans. Ruthless Wolfpack 39. Brownsville Cowboys 6. And the RGV Punishers take on the RGV United. 33-7. The Punishers punish the United. On to your junior scores. As we continue the donut by request from Raul and Cindy Guetta, giving you all the donuts you want. All right, your junior scores. Now, let me make sure I got correct here. Let's again real quick. All right, make sure we got the right ones. All right, San Antonio Junior Hawks 38, Predators United donut. San Antonio Panthers 21, San Antonio Junior Hurricanes donut. Capital Area Junior Wranglers get a win over the JYSF Venom Juniors 6-4. 6-4. Now that's a heck of a score. 34-6, New Braunfels Junior Cougars over the Live Oak Jaguars. 42-donut as the Cornerstone Warriors red over the San Antonio Jaguars. Tri-County Titans 51. East Austin Panthers, you can guess, donut. 33-donut. Rattlers over the Bobcats, 14-6. Cibolo Spartans over the Unity, 36-6. Ruthless Wolfpack over the Brownsville Cowboys, and the RGV Punishers, 42. The RGV United with a fresh glazed donut. Now we'll give you the senior scores. A good, close, tight game here to start the seniors off scores-wise. The Predators United taking on the San Antonio Panthers, a 21-20 affair. Looks like an extra point killed the San Antonio Panthers on that game. Junior Falcons 41, the Live Oak Jaguars a big donut. Texas Seminoles 31, Junior Falcons with a donut. I guess they had two games this week. 50-0, 50 to donut. El Paso Broncos over the West Side Eagles, 31 the donut. Texas Seminoles over the Junior Falcons. We talked about that one. Ruthless Wolfpack 12. Corpus Christi Sun Devils 13. The RTV Punishers with a win by forfeit over the DTX Rebels. Don't know what that situation was. 50 to donut. RTV United over the Alamo Silverbacks. 35 to donut. Southeast T-Birds over the Super Athletics. 50-6. El Paso Broncos over the Horizon City Falcons, and the Northeast Raiders over the Black and Gold Spartans 24-6. Those are your scores for week 3. We head into week 4 as it's a pivotal week as we get we're coming up on the halfway point of the season. This is where playoff position starts to be looked at. This is where who needs to make a run, who needs to improve quickly and make a run. We're going to take a look at that when we take a look at the standings coming up next here on The Zone every Wednesday night at 8:30 p.m. Again, please note next Wednesday, next week's show, we are going to begin at 8 p.m. as I have a special guest that's going to be on with us. But due to time zone constraints, we've got to do this an hour, half an hour early and get online so we can get that interview done for them at a timely point for them. So, again, join us at 8 p.m. next Wednesday. We'll go back to 8:30 the following Wednesday, but this coming Wednesday will be an 8 p.m. start here for The Zone. Join us here on the Type of Sports Network. Keep it here. We'll be right back here on The Zone on Type of Sports Network.
For all the ways you love to play, Academy Sports and Outdoors makes it easier than ever to get what you need and have fun out there. Get free shipping on your favorite brands at Academy.com or get free curbside or in-store pickup at your Academy store.
Monarch, the official trophy provider for Typo.
Academy Sports and Outdoors makes it easy to get what you need and have fun out there. Get free shipping at academy.com or get free curbside or in-store pickup at your Academy store.
And welcome back here to the Zone here on the Type of Sports Network as we continue on with the show here tonight as we hit the standings. So again, let me put this out there because I know some people are probably just getting out of practice. They're starting to join in, starting to watch here, what have you. El Paso chapter, you are on the clock. Email me at thezone@typha.com. Thezone@typha.com. And this is going to the organizations, the coaches, ADs, presidents. I want to bring you on the show next week and talk about what the El Paso chapter is doing. Talk about what your organization is doing. Are you going to make a run for the Dale Morgan? Do you got that kind of confidence in your organization at this point as we head towards the midpoint of the season? Chapter directors out there, if you're listening, I want to hear from you too. What do you think? How do you feel your chapter has a chance to get to the state championships and win the Dale Morgan Trophy this year? I want to hear from you. Let's put it out there. Let's get you online. Let's get you on the video chat so everybody can see. I offered it to West Texas, and they balked. Nobody. 0 responses. And here's the thing. I know many of you do go back and watch this show later on. Some of y'all that are at practice, some of y'all that just didn't catch it. You got other things going on at home, going on at work, whatever. Some of y'all don't watch it when I'm actually live, so you go back and watch the replay. And that's perfectly fine. I got no problem with that. But if you're a coach, if you're an AD, if you're one of the organizations, or you're a chapter director, you're checking it out, see what I had to say about El Paso, I'm calling you out, El Paso. I want to talk to you. I want you online. I want to send you the link to join the chat here on video, right here live on the Zone. And tell me what you think about your organization, their chances heading into the 2021 championship season. Because I see all the chatter all over social media, whether it be Twitter, whether it be usually Facebook. Facebook's the biggest one I always see, particularly with youth football. You guys got a lot of things to say on social media. So put down your phone, put down your keyboard, get in front of the camera, because I know just about everybody has one with the pandemic that went on. And we all work from home at one point or another. We all had to do Zoom calls. We all had to do this and that. You know what? You guys had to do that to certify. That's right, because I was part of that. You had to do it to certify. So don't tell me, oh, I don't know how to do that. Yeah, you do. Because you did it to certify if you're coaching on the field. You did it to certify if you got kids on the team. Typhus had several meetings by Zoom that you've had to attend to. So don't even give me that excuse. Not going to hear it. Not going to hear it. West Texas failed. Christina Craven says, read my comment up when you get a chance about forfeits. Did you post that earlier? Because I didn't see that. I did not see that, unless it's something. Oh, okay. Now I see it. Here we go. So let me show this. I'll read it out. That's fine. Thoughts on getting rid of forfeits or a penalty for the big annoying we couldn't get to 50. What? Thoughts on getting rid of forfeits or a penalty for the big F annoying we couldn't get to 50. Okay, so the two schools of thought here, Christina. You want my thoughts on this? That's fine. I'm going to give you my thoughts on this because this is kind of twofold. Number one, I hate forfeits. First and foremost, I absolutely hate forfeits. It had better be one heck of a good reason that you're forfeiting a game, like, injuries to the point that you don't have enough players anymore. Kids are getting hurt. We don't want that to happen. We don't want that to happen. Okay, but now a team forfeiting because they don't want you to get to 50. Yeah, okay. I got a problem with that. I have a problem with that. But now, Christina, I'm going to flip this on you because here's my bigger problem than that. Here is my bigger problem than that. Why was it so important for you to get to 50? That's my next question. Why was it so important that you needed to get to 50? Now, and don't turn around and tell me now in the chat telling me how, it wasn't that you wanted to get to 50. That's just, that's what was happening. No, it was so important. Let's go back and let's read what you put on here, and so you understand how you presented this. Thoughts on getting rid of forfeits or a penalty so we couldn't get to 50. Why was that the goal? Why was getting to 50 the goal? So you wanted to know my thoughts. That's what my thoughts are. Here's my problem with the whole goal with getting to 50 against another team. Clearly, you were beating them. If they had to forfeit in the third quarter just to keep that from happening, so clearly you were just well overmatched against this team. Why were your second, third, and whatever else you had left on the bench not on the field getting that quality playing time instead of worrying about getting to a 50-point game? It makes absolutely zero sense to me to have a 50-point game and all your starters are in there to the beginning of the game, to the point that a opposing team feels the need to forfeit just to keep you from doing it, because clearly that's what your goal was. And so let me give you another insight, because I actually had to have this conversation with an organization over the weekend. The idea of getting to 50 an opponent does not help. Again, and I've said this for 5 years now, it does not help your standing when it comes to playoff positioning. If anything, it actually hurts. It hurts your positioning, because the algorithm that we use to check out, to set up the playoff positioning, who should be at first place, second place, where the playoff positions go, it's not based on your points. It doesn't matter how many games you got to 50. Zero issue on points to get to 50 is going to improve your playoff position. If anything, it hurts it. Because you're going out and trying to 50-0 every single team that you play, you were telling that computer, you were showing that algorithm that your level of competition sucks, which means it lowers your playoff position, because now you're not looked upon as being a strong team going into the playoffs. You're looking as an average team that has played lower competition to try to get to a higher seed. Therefore, you don't get it. The team that has the tough games, 32-30, 24-27, things like that, those kind of wins play into an algorithm like that a lot better than any kind of 50-0 ever will do. So there is where I see the bigger problem here. Your focus was to get to 50. And just in your comment there, it shows that your thought, or your team's thought, was to get to 50. We want to 50-0 everybody. That's great. You can go ahead and do that, but it's not going to help your playoff position. If anything, it's going to show that where you're playing at, your division, your chapter, wherever you're playing at, is horrible. Nobody else can compete with you. Case in point, West Texas, the Midland Horned Frogs. Great organization. I love those guys. We talk all the time whenever we get the chance to. Whenever they're in town, we meet up. We have a good time. I love the Midland Horned Frogs. I just got done doing a high school game 2 weeks ago, and I got to see several of the Midland Horned Frogs, some of the Odessa Seahawks of old that are in high school right now, playing for a great organization called the Midland Christian. Okay, great stuff. But the problem with the Midland Horned Frogs is they are a powerful organization in West Texas, and they don't have much competition. Particularly, when we had that one group that was just making a nice run. It was a good team, but they could never win a championship. They couldn't win the championship because once they got up against competition, they started coming down to Houston, Dallas, San Antonio, Rio Grande Valley, and they started playing really good quality teams now. They struggled. Sometimes when you get a team like that, you punch them in the mouth and they don't know what to do. They ain't never been hit before. And you don't know what it feels like to really be hit till you've been hit in the mouth. So that you asked for it, and I'm giving you my thoughts on this. The focus on your comment there was they forfeited so you wouldn't get to 50. Now, like I said in the very beginning, I have a problem with that. They should not. You don't show that to these kids. You don't show that. If things aren't going your way, you just quit. You're going to have games like that. They're going to happen. It's going to happen. But the point is, your thought was they forfeited before we could get to 50. That's a problem for me. That's a problem for me. So there's my thoughts. Sorry, you probably didn't want to ask. Didn't want to hear that, did that? Raul, so do I. So do I. I could use one of those right now. Ryan Irvine, I know what you're talking about. Yes, I know they did win 2 state championships in Division II. When they had to compete in Division I, they couldn't do it. Great team. Again, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. But those 2 state championships did not come easy. That's the other point. Remember, they did not come easy. I'm reading everybody's comments here right now. You play to win the game. It doesn't matter if it's a 1-point victory or a 50-point victory. That's true. You do. You play. And for the team that forfeited in the third quarter just to keep that from happening, yeah, I've got a problem with that. I do. I do not like forfeits. I think it's ridiculous. There needs to be a very, very good reason. A very, very good reason for you to forfeit a game. And just because you're getting the pants beat off of you is not a reason. Now, if it was a safety thing, I get it. If it's a safety thing, yeah, I'm all for that. And not being at the game, I can't tell you. I don't know. I don't know if not being at the game, not seeing the game, I don't know if that was the issue. But if it's a forfeit, there better be a good reason for the forfeit. But if you're playing simply just a 50-0 a team, and like I said, you put Christina, you put it out there. Your complaint was that they forfeited before you could get to 50. That's a problem. That is a problem to me. Well, okay. So now you say it was the beginning of the third quarter and didn't get to the opportunity to play all second string. Really? So what was the score at halftime? If it was the beginning of the third quarter, then you were probably already up by 40 or something. They probably hadn't scored. You're up like 40, 42, 48, just waiting to get to 50. They threw in the towel. Yeah, I don't think you should throw in the towel like that. If you got the players and they're playing, it'll teach them how to play hard. It's a coaching thing. But if it's the beginning of the third quarter, you were pretty well up anyways. Why weren't they in there before that? This is youth football. You're out dueling a team. Give those other players a chance to get in there and get some work. If you're clearly dominating, why not give them a chance? But like I said, don't come at me talking about, oh, well, they forfeited before we can get to 50. Okay, well, that's what your focus was. Your focus wasn't getting playing time for your players. Your focus wasn't just trying to win the game. You wanted to 50 them. That's a problem. All right, let me get down off my soapbox. Flag Division 2. Here's the standings right now. We're going to give you the top 5. At 2-0, the RGV Sabretooth Tigers, Hub City Matadors at 3-0, West Texas Falcons at 3-0, Midland Horned Frogs at 3-0, and Southeast Hornets at 3-0. I was mentioning earlier about the standings and how I'm seeing some really interesting things here as things are starting to shape up as we get to midseason. Southeast Hornets currently the number 1 team in Division 2 flag at 3-0. They've scored 99 points so far on offense. They've allowed 33 points on defense. This is where I see that interesting kind of matchup as we take a look at this thing. And that is, you look at the Midland Horned Frogs. They're the second-ranked team right now in Division 2 flag. They're 3-0. They've scored 91 points on offense, but here's the key. They have not allowed any points on defense. That is going to be interesting. And this is where you guys are going to see this algorithm really start to work. Once we start at the midseason, you're going to start to see some shifting. You're going to start seeing the cream come to the top. You're going to see some things change. Now, the question is, are the Midland Horned Frogs facing inferior opponents right now? That's why no one's able to score on them. They scored 91. They haven't been scored on yet. But then you take a look at the West Texas Falcons, who are right there in that same district for the Midland Horned Frogs. They're 3-0, 116 points on offense. They've allowed 15 on defense. Not a bad stat line when you look at it. That will be real interesting to see when that matchup is between the West Texas Falcons and the Midland Horned Frogs in flag. That is going to change the dynamic there when those two team plays based on who wins and how they win, whether it's a blowout on one end or the other, or it's a really close game. I'm thinking it's going to be a little bit more of a closer game. So, that top 3 could change once they start playing each other. Southeast Hornets won't see Midland or West Texas till playoff time. Their next closest opponent that's in there, if I'm correct, Cornerstone Warriors, who are 2-1. I don't know who and Super Athletics. If you're with the Super Athletics out there, I want to talk to your president or your AD. They can email me at thezone@tyfa.com. I want to talk to them. I want to bring them on camera. I want to find out all about I am I love the logo. It's the Supers Athletics. Now, not Super Athletics, the Supers Athletics. There's an S at the end of Supers. And they got the Superman symbol as their logo. That's interesting. I want to talk to them. So, again, back to the Hornets. They're 3-0, and their closest opponent in the San Antonio area right now is the Cornerstone Warriors, sitting in 11th place at 2-1. Who are they facing? Who's going to challenge them in San Antonio? And where is this going to go playoff time? Do the Hornets hold on to that number 1 spot? Or does the West Texas Falcons, Midland Horned Frogs, and let's not count out the Hub City Matadors. Let's not count out the RGV Sabretooth Tigers. They're 2-0 right now, 51 points scored, only allowed 12. So there's still a lot of work to be done. There's still a lot of shifting that can happen. But this is a very interesting concept right here between these 3 flag teams right now. Southeast Hornets, Midland Horned Frogs, and the West Texas Falcons in Division 2 flag. Let's take a look at the Tykes standings right now. And again, we'll give you the top 5 in Division 2 Tykes, and that is going to be at number 5, the Westaco Pride at 2-0. Number 4, the San Antonio Tigers at 2-0. Number 3 is the Texas Revolution at 2-0. Then you've got the West Texas Falcons at 3-0. You got the Abilene Cowboys at 3-0. And again, another one of those interesting dynamics, particularly out of West Texas. And this is why I wanted to talk to West Texas. This is why I wanted to talk to West Texas. 3-0, 2 teams out of the West Texas district. And I said chapters. I'm used to doing high school football as well. 3-0 out of the West Texas chapter. Let's see. West Texas Falcons, they've scored 102 points on offense. They have yet to be scored on defense. versus the Abilene Cowboys, they've scored 100 points on offense, and they've allowed 13 points on defense. Again, another matchup to watch going on there in the West Texas chapter to see what happens when these two play each other. That's either going to be a fantastic game, or we're going to find out that somebody ain't been playing nobody. One of the two. Texas Revolution and the San Antonio Tigers, they're 2-0. But the dynamic there with those two at 3 and 4, the Tigers at 4 have scored 80 points on offense. The Revolution have only scored 42. Revolution have allowed 19, and the Tigers have only allowed 6. So it'll be an interesting as the weeks go on, and if those two end up facing each other during the regular season, how that shapes up, where they move from there. And then Weslaco Pride over here at the number 5 spot. Let's pay attention what's going on there in the RGV. 2-0 on the season so far. 74 points scored on offense. They have not allowed any points on defense. So watch out for Weslaco Pride there coming up into that. They're in the top 5 right now. They may move up based on what happens up on top and how they handle their season moving forward. We'll take a look at the rookies here, the top 5 in Division 2. And at number 5, you got the Hidalgo Buccaneers at 2-0. Number 4, it's the Floresville Wildcats. At 3, it's the Central Panthers. Cornerstone Warriors white team at 3-0. And you got the Wiley Bulldogs at 3-0. And they are the number 1 team in the Rookies Division 2 right now. 153 points scored on offense, 12 allowed on defense. Warriors coming in with 106 points scored on offense, and they've only allowed 6 on defense. Central Panthers, 52 on offense, no points allowed on defense. So again, a lot of things to watch for. We still got time, but this is where we really start watching this as it gets closer and closer to playoff time. We're about to hit midseason. All of these things we're talking about are going to start to matter. The junior division at number 5, it is the Hidalgo Buccaneers at 2-0. The Hub City Matadors at 3-0. The West Texas Falcons at 3-0. Midland Horned Frogs are at 3-0 at number 2. And the number 1 team right now is the Cornerstone Warriors white team at 3-0. 104 points on offense, 22 on defense. Midland Horned Frogs and West Texas Falcons, again, another nice matchup this could be, both at 3-0. Horned Frogs, though, have scored 160 points on offense and allowed 19 on defense, where the West Texas Falcons have only scored 117, but they have not allowed any points on defense. And somebody already saying the San Antonio Tigers should be playing in D1. We played RCU, the best 9U in the country. I don't have no idea who RCU is. And I'm not going to go down that road, because that's another one of them issues that I see and deal with on a regular basis here with youth football. And that's an organization calling themselves the best in the country. Who measures that? So you're telling me that you have traveled the country and played every single 9U football organization in the United States and can figure out that they're the best in the country? Wow. Yeah, I don't see that. Keep it here when we come back. We're going to go over the standings for Division 1. We're going to get out of here and let everybody have their night. Thank you for joining us here on The Zone on the Type of Sports Network. Keep it here. We'll be right back.
For all the ways you love to play, Academy Sports and Outdoors makes it easier than ever to get what you need and have fun out there. Get free shipping on your favorite brands at Academy.com, or get free curbside or in-store pickup at your Academy store.
official trophy provider for Typo.
All right, let's get to it here for the Division I standings. As we'll change this thing up here. So don't forget, next Wednesday, we're going to kick things off at 8 p.m. simply because we got a special guest that's coming on and we got to deal with some time constraints, things of that nature. So we're definitely going to start at 8 p.m., get that through. You can always, if you're at practice still at that time, that's fine. Make sure you go back and replay it on Facebook, go to our YouTube channel at Typhus Sports Network, The Zone. And you can watch the whole interview in its entirety and the whole show. If you have to miss the whole show, it's up to you. All right, so the Flag Division I. As I got away from the chat box, I'm sure there's a whole lot of things going on. JC, don't make me say you're the best black shirt in the country. Oh. Everybody having fun in the chat box. That's good. We want JC getting out his popcorn, looks like. All right, so the top 5 in Flag Division 1. We start off at number 5. That's going to be the JYSF Venom, 2-0 right now. 60 points scored, no points scored on defense. So, again, another flag team for the JYSF Venom coming in looking strong the start of the season. Tri-County Titans at 2-0. Rio Hondo Bobcats number 3 at 2-0. 2-0 for the Ruthless Wolfpack at number 2. And the San Antonio Junior Hawks, we've seen their scores. They are just on a roll there. 2-0 on the season, 75 points scored on offense, 0 points scored on defense. There's your big matchup there. Number 1 right now and number 5. That looks to be quite the matchup that could be coming up. We'll have to see when that game's going to go down between the San Antonio Junior Hawks and the JYSF Venom, particularly in the flag. That is going to be a battle. We'll take a look at the Tykes. A little bit different here because they've only played 2 games right now, as they had that first week 1 bye. So they've only got 2 games under their belt. Number 5 in the Tykes, the San Antonio Junior Hawks at 2-0. 50 points scored, no points scored on defense. The Ruthless Wolfpack 2-0 out of the RGV, 94 points scored, no points on defense. Number 3 team is the RGV Punishers, 75 points scored, no points allowed on defense. JYSF Venom at number 2, they're 2-0, 37 points scored on offense, 6 points scored on defense. And the Cornerstone Warriors Red at 2-0, 75 and 6 respectively on their offensive and defensive numbers. And Ruthless Wolfpack, RGV Punishers, that's going to be a nice matchup. You got the San Antonio Junior Hawks, you got the JYSF Venom, and the Cornerstone Warriors Red team all locked in with each other. That should be a fantastic little triplet there. Looking down, PSJ Wildcats also They're currently 1-0. Looks like they got a game to make up, or they had a week 2 bye, one of the two. But they had 42 points on offense, no points allowed on defense. The ATX Horns out of Austin, they're 1-0. They've got a game to make up, but 24 points on offense, 0 points allowed on defense. They're looking strong as well. RGV Javelinas only played one game, 12-6 on the score numbers there. Again, some interesting dynamics as you start to look down. Still a little wiggle room there with only 2 games played here on the season with that first week bye by the Division I. But nonetheless, a nice little matchup there in those top 5. And if you want to include that sixth spot right there with the PSJ Wildcats, put them in the mix there with the RGV Punishers and the Ruthless Wolfpack. So some very interesting games must be coming up here in Division I Tykes. We move on to the rookies. At number 5 in the rookies, it's the Tri-County Titans at 2-0. The Ruthless Wolfpack at 2-0. The RGV Punishers at 2-0. Predators United at 2-0. And the Cornerstone Warriors Red at 2-0, sitting at number 1 right now, based on things. 84 points on offense, 12 points allowed on defense for Cornerstone. Predators, though, looking strong on offense. 78 points on offense. They've allowed 26 on defense. No zeros on the board there for these organizations. Everybody's allowed some points, 6, 8, 7, 26, and a 12. I go down to 6, and they got the JYSF Venom sitting there at 2-0 as well. But this could be a problem defensively for them. 58 points scored on offense. They've allowed 52 points on defense. So they've been eking out some wins based on those numbers. And that's not going to help them as they start playing these top tier teams. You got the Predators United, you got the Cornerstone Warriors Red they got to look at. They got the Tri-County Titans to face. PSJ Wildcats, though, at 1-0. 40 points on offense, no points allowed on defense. ATX Longhorns out of Austin, 1-0. 20 points on offense, 0 on defense. They're going to have to increase that offensive output there and continue that nice defensive run that they've got so far in order to be in the mix there. Judson Junior Rockets, 33-6. They've only played one game as well because they had a unfortunate incident that happened this past weekend in Austin where some games couldn't go off due to a referee mess up, but we're going to get that fixed and taken care of, and they'll get those games made up. I think it's already been set and scheduled. So that is what your rookies look like. Again, for Division I, they've only played 2 games, so a lot of things to consider about what's still to happen. For the juniors, at the number 5 spot, the Tri-County Titans. Now that is a team that's looking very strong, and we're going to talk about that here in a little bit. RGV Punishers at 2-0. Cibolo Spartans at 2-0. San Antonio Junior Hawks at 2-0, and the Cornerstone Warriors, the number 1 team in Division I juniors right now at 2-0. 92 points scored on offense, no points allowed on defense. Let me take you back down to 5. 2-0 are the Tri-County Titans. 93 points on offense, 0 points allowed on defense. So you could be looking at a number 1 versus number 5 matchup here in the regular season that could be a very epic football game that could turn the tide on who sits at number 1. Don't leave out the Hawks there, 2-0, 85-6 respectively on their numbers. They're looking just as strong. So again, that nice little 3-way there, maybe even a 4. Cibolo Spartans, 44 points on offense, 12 allowed on defense. They might be hanging on by a thread there based on those numbers, but let's see if they improve as they continue to play going into these games. They've got some stiff competition just in that top 5 right there. If I look back at 6, you got the Ruthless Wolfpack and the Judson Junior Rockets down at 7 right now. Still have a good are still looking good. Could make a run in this little group of 5 here. But that junior squad, again, some great matchups coming your way during this regular season, and it's gonna count. It's gonna hurt when it counts because we're approaching the midway point of the regular season, and that is when playoff positioning really starts to matter. In your senior division, the top 5, starting at 5, the Northeast Raiders at 2-0, Southeast T-Birds at 2-0, El Paso Broncos are 2-0, Texas Seminoles are 2-0, and the RGV Punishers leading the pack at 3-0. They got in an extra game there. 99 points on offense, allowing 12 on defense, but the Texas Seminoles, 82 on offense, no points allowed on defense. Go down to the number 14, the Southeast T-Birds, 63 points on offense, no points on defense. And that number 5 team, the Northeast Raiders, 66 on offense, 6 allowed on defense, still looking pretty good there in that race. Should shape up as we continue on here in the regular season. So those are your standings. It really starts to matter. Titans and Venom this weekend. Yes. So watch for those scores. We'll have those next Wednesday when we do the show, and we'll talk a lot about that on how that looks to turn out. Titans and Venom this weekend. Everybody knows there's no way I can go for the Tri-County Titans. I can't root for the Tri-County Titans. I just can't. It's just, I just can't do it. Can't do it because they're the Titans. The Tennessee Titans used to be the Houston Oilers. I used to be a Houston Oilers fan. I was very upset when they left Houston. Then they changed their name from the Oilers to the Titans. I was like, yep, I'm done. I figured I'd get you, Les. I figured I'd get you. It's also Brian Morgan's organization. How can I go for Brian Morgan's organization? I just can't do it. And he knows it. He knows it. Michael Singleton, he knows it. I give him a hard time all the time. He's like, when you gonna pick my team to win, bro? And I'm like, I'm never gonna do that. It's never gonna happen. Tri-County Titans, a great organization. Getting it done this season. Let's see if they can get over the hump and get to the championship games. They've had problems doing that. They have great regular seasons. Then they have problems in the playoffs. Let's see if they can get over that hump and get through that. All right, so we're going to call it a night. Thank you for joining us here on The Zone, here on the Type of Sports Network, every Wednesday starting at 8:30 p.m. Once again, remember, next Wednesday, we are going to start the show at 8 p.m. simply because I've got a special guest that's coming to us. We're going to get some great information about that. Things are going to be available for you. Players, parents, coaches, some great information, new things coming to Typha. So we're going to have a special guest on here that we have to work out some scheduling issues with time zones and what have you. We're going to get that done. So 8 p.m. start next Wednesday here on The Zone. Watch for it. And then we'll go back to 8:30 the following Wednesday, and we'll be back on regular normal. Again, El Paso organizations, those of you that are out there that are listening, that are watching, coaches, ADs, presidents, chapter directors, I want you on the show. Send me an email at thezone@typha.com. Thezone@typha.com. Let me know if you're interested in joining me here on the show next Wednesday. And we will send you the link to join in by audio and video. And we'll let you talk about El Paso, what you guys got to offer. That's what we're going to do. I offered it to West Texas, and I got nothing but crickets. Let's see if I get crickets again, because I guarantee you, I promise you, if somebody from El Paso doesn't come on the show next week, and then I start seeing all kinds of blasts on social media like I normally do, or you come in my chat box here during the show and start spouting about how the El Paso Broncos this or the El Paso Sharks that, we in El Paso, we gonna win it all, I'm going to blow you up. Believe you me, I will call you out so hard, because I'm done with the keyboard warriors. You want to bring it live right here on The Zone on the Type of Sports Network. Thank you for joining us, folks. Have a great evening and a great rest of your week, and a very fun and safe weekend. Good luck to all the teams playing tonight. Have a fantastic evening, and we will see you next Wednesday.